A Chinese animated film just shattered box office records, without Hollywood, without a global release, and with little Western media attention. Ne Zha 2 has raked in over 1.7 billion as of today at the box office, making it one of the highest grossest films ever in China and in the world. But how did it achieve this level of success? Today, we're breaking it down into 3 key reasons.
这家我最擅长。我乃哪吒三太子。
Before we dive in, let's talk about what Ne Zha 2 actually is. The film is a sequel to the 2019 animated hit Ne Zha, which became a cultural phenomenon in China, earning over 700 million at the box office. Based on Chinese mythology, the movie follows the story of Ne Zha, a rebellious young deity who struggles against fate. The first film was praised for its stunning animation, emotional depth, and fresh take on an ancient legend. Now, Ne Zha 2 has raised the stakes and taken things to an even higher level, drawing in massive audiences and breaking new records. It continues the saga with bigger stakes, improved visuals, and a storyline that resonates deeply with Chinese audiences. But it's not just about numbers. Ne Zha 2 represents something bigger, a growing sense of national pride in Chinese cinema. The film's success reflects China's booming domestic film industry and its ability to tell stories that resonate not only at home, but also with the Chinese diaspora worldwide. With millions of overseas Chinese eager to see films that celebrate their culture, Ne Zha 2 is more than just a box office hit. It's a cultural milestone. So what exactly made the sequel so successful? Let's break it down. First up is the timing. The film was released right before the Lunar New Year, one of the most lucrative box office seasons in China. Think of it like the Super Bowl weekend for movies. Families gather, people are off work, and they flood the theaters looking for entertainment. The demand is enormous, and Ne Zha 2 capitalized on it perfectly. In a few weeks, it had already broken records set by films like The Wandering Earth and Wolf Warrior 2. Unlike most billion-dollar movies, Ne Zha 2 isn't based on Western superheroes or Hollywood franchises. This makes it unique. Instead, it taps into China's deep-rooted mythology, retelling the story of Ne Zha, a rebellious deity known for defying fate. The first movie already proved that Chinese audiences crave these culturally rich stories. Ne Zha 2 doubled down on that with modernizing the legend while keeping it authentically Chinese. Beyond entertainment, Ne Zha 2 also reflects a growing cultural identity movement. With China's film industry rapidly expanding, audiences are looking for homegrown stories that represent their values, traditions, and heritage. The film resonated deeply with both domestic audiences and the Chinese diaspora, reinforcing a sense of national pride in a time where global influence in media is shifting. When I went to go see Ne Zha 2 in the movie theaters, by gosh, it was packed. This emotional connection made Ne Zha 2 more than just a movie. It became a symbol of China's storytelling power, and I could easily tell that audiences flocked to the theaters. It was packed. Like on a weekday evening, weekday night, it was really hard to get a ticket. So this movie is a symbol of China's storytelling power and a growing demand for films that represent the unique and cultural heritage and identity of China. Finally, also the quality of Chinese animation has skyrocketed.
此处见恶，尔等妖孽，快受死！
蒙族犯下滔天罪行，
我们报仇雪恨的千载良机到了。
When I watched the movie, the graphics were amazing. A decade ago, Chinese animated films struggled to compete with Disney and Pixar. But now, studios have really stepped up their game. Ne Zha 2 boasts Hollywood-level animation, fast-paced action, and a compelling storyline. The investment in local animation has really paid off, proving that China no longer needs Hollywood to create visually stunning, commercially successful films. With increasing government support and massive investments in animation studios, China's film industry is developing the tools to compete on the global stage. The success of Ne Zha 2 proves that Chinese cinema isn't just catching up, it's leading the way in innovation and storytelling. So what does this mean for the future? Ne Zha 2 shows that China's film industry is becoming self-sufficient, relying on its own stories, audiences, and studios to dominate the box office. As China continues to invest in its film industry, we could see more of these homegrown blockbusters getting international recognition.
我若出战，就让陈塘关鸡犬不留。
Could this be a turning point where China starts exporting its blockbuster hits worldwide? Will we see more packed movie theaters? Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching this breakdown of Ne Zha 2, and my personal thoughts on the movie was that I thought the experience was great. Even though it was a little bit long, 2.5 hours, it was a perfect mix of emotional storytelling. It was including humor, adventure, and really I looked around at the audience's faces and they really seemed to enjoy the experience.
哪吒，你战力非凡，定可当平有功。给我！
I also noticed that a lot of the attendees were the middle-aged, but dominantly Chinese, especially because it's a Mandarin film. But overall, it's proven that movies that focus on Chinese identity and culture will prove to be successful. And I think Ne Zha 3 is going to be even more successful, resulting in more revenues. And currently 1.7 billion is just a starting point. I could easily see it going into maybe even $2.5 billion at the box office. What do you think? Are you going to go see Ne Zha 2? If you found this breakdown interesting, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on the economy and what's going on in business. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.